Hello everyone and welcome to your show Around Kuwait. As usual in our show, we're sharing with you about the latest events and occasions happening in our lovely country state of Kuwait. Because you already know our camera crew traveling everywhere to share with you great events. And sometimes in our show, had a distinguished guest. We're going to talk to them to show about their perspective. And before we start, I would like to greet our walking crew and also my colleague Sarah. Hello Sarah, I'm happy to see you today.
Hello Abdulaziz, happy to see you as well, of course, and a great welcome to our dear viewers with a new episode of Around Kuwait. We'll be sharing different and inspiring stories, of course, but now we're starting to move on with our first headline, of course.
First headline, we'll talk about the Beit Abdullah Children's Center. They have like a certain event about the Phoenician Riders Annual Charity.
Yeah.
So it's a good thing like the Beit Abdullah have this kind of event just like to merge the people to the society and the patients who is already inside the center.
Of course, and it's always a good thing, Aziz, to have that kind of activity or that kind of engagement for the children or the people to engage, to have different types of activities, of course. And our second headline will be the art exhibition. احنا قاعدة celebrating the talents of the slow learners, the students as well. Here as well, we're having different kind of activity for the slow learners as well.
Because they are part of our society and it's lovely to see them. They are always have their own exhibition. By the way, some of them, they are very good artists.
Yes.
They are very smart, but in a different way.
Yeah.
And about third topic, we'll talk about our colleague Sarah Al Jaber. She's a nutritionist, especially in the holy month of Ramadan. We need some kind of important tips how to maintain our health is good.
Yes, of course, and to get to know more benefits, of course, in this holy month, of course. With that, dear viewers, we're going to head into our report and we'll be back.
Beit Abdullah Children's Hospice successfully organized its annual charity bike ride in collaboration with the Phoenician Riders. The event brought together numerous bikers who rode their motorbikes to the Beit Abdullah location, creating a vibrant and festive atmosphere. The primary goal of the event was to raise funds for the hospice while spreading joy and creating memorable experiences for the children under their care. The children at Beit Abdullah were thrilled as they eagerly awaited the arrival of the bikers. The sight of the motorcyclists approaching was met with excitement, and the children relished the opportunity to witness the impressive display of bikes. The event provided a unique and exhilarating experience for the children, allowing them to feel the rush of excitement associated with riding on a motorcycle.
Today is a very special day because it's an 11-year-old tradition that we have with the Phoenician Riders. The Phoenician Riders are a group of bikers that have been supporting Catch and Batch for the past 11 years in two different ways. They come every year with their bikes. I could see around 50 or 60 of them. They could be more. We'll get you a more accurate number shortly. And they bring their bikes up for the kids to sit on them, to play with them, to take pictures with them, to make them feel a little bit normal, to remove them out of the day-to-day redundancy of their lives.
One of the highlights of the day was the chance for the children to hop on the bikes themselves under careful supervision, giving them a taste of the thrilling sensation of being on a motorcycle. This interactive element added an extra layer of joy to the event, creating lasting memories for the children.
I have been traveling for 5 years almost, the Americas first, Africa, and now here in the Middle East. And I knew about this event because I went to TriStar Motorcycles to service the bike, and they told me, why don't we join us for this charity ride? And I thought it was awesome, absolutely awesome, because first, it's a charity thing. I love it. I'm a doctor, so this is really nice for me to be here. And also because it's a motorcyclist event. So I just thank you, everybody in Kuwait. It has been such a nice time here.
Throughout the charity bike ride, numerous pictures were taken to capture the special moments shared between the bikers and the children. These images will not only serve as mementos for the participants, but also as a means of showcasing the successful and heartwarming collaboration between Beit Abdullah Children's Hospice and the Phoenician Riders in their shared commitment to supporting the well-being of the children in their care.
We are back to our show again around Kuwait. Now we're going to talk about first topic today about the Phoenician riders that we call it the society. They have a charity work with Beit Abdullah Center. So it's a good thing. Like, you know, like you saw these days too many riders all around Kuwait, especially in the winter season. You see them in the Gulf Road everywhere, and they have too many different activities, and that one for charity. It's amusing.
Yes, of course, and especially when it's organized as a humanitarian thing and an annual charity, of course, and it was supported by Beit Abdullah Center. I think having this kind of event or having this kind of activity where you bring joy and happiness for the people out there, it's really interesting to have, especially for the kids, of course.
In addition, you know, the riders, you will see the riders always, they have certain goals and commitment, and it's a good thing. Like, we have too many different group of the riders. One of them is the Phoenician riders, and that group, they always focus how to see the smile of the society, because they like to make the society understand this kind of community so well, because you always see the riders in the roads, in the garages, and they are their own diwaniyas. They have too many competitors and the racers, but now they are always merging in the society when it's sake for different occasions. And when it goes something for the charity, it's very noble from them, Sarah.
Of course, and especially when you're having a charity like that, where you're creating something unforgettable and something memorable, especially for the kids, where one day they remember that kind of day that they would never forget, and a kind of a new experience and new things, especially they're enjoying their time with happiness and joy.
So let's talk first of all about for the kids, then for the riders. So these kind of events, like, you will see the kids, their happiness when they hear the horsepowers, and you will see the motors and the sound of the bikes. So they usually see them in the movies and in the screens. Then they will see live, they will see the bikes distributing in the Beit Abdullah outside. So they have a good chance just to look for the bikes and the models and the styles and the tires and the engines and the colors, because you know the bikes have like unique colors, blue, red, and always like different kind of colors. All the cars you will see in the bikes. That's why the bikes looks unique. So these children, they're just enjoying their time. They have a tour in the bikes, and maybe they will have a chance just to be in the back seat.
Yes, of course.
So it's a good experience.
And we always, when we see any kind of bikers, let's take Aziz down the streets, we would be like amazed by seeing bikers, and especially when we were kids, that what are they riding and how the way they are riding. So I think having such a kind of ride and having a charity event like that for the kids, where it's memorable for them, where it brings for them happiness, is much needed, of course.
Sometimes you will see like videos in the social medias, you will see some people's like handicaps or people like in the different centers. These, when you see them in the social medias, you will see they are extremely happy, and you see we call the sense of the riders with them. Some of them are happy, some of them are very too much emotional, joyful. It's a good moment for them. It feels like the people, when they make these people smiling and happy, too much joyful, like I did something for them, because you know, this kind of hobbies you always do, you have your own beneficial. Like I am as a rider and a group of riders, the same hobbies, they have exchanged the experiences, they always have their own groups to talk. But when you go to the different categories, different societies, and you see these children like engaging with them and happy and crying and happiness, and some of them you hear the word like moments like, this is my dream come true, or I just want to touch one of the bikes, I just want to feel the winds when they hit and they're wearing the helmets. So it's a good, joyful.
We always had that kind of dream. Any kid would have, and I remember back then, but I was really young. I don't remember. I had that kind of opportunity to be on a bike, and I know this kind of feeling where the kids having that kind of memorable moment where they want to ride a bike or just see kind of riders or any kind of bike, and the bikers, when they have visited the Beit Abdullah Center, which had a significant impact, where they engaged with the children, of course.
And also now let's talk about the riders, you know. So it's a good thing, like the head and the community itself decided to collaborate with Beit Abdullah. It's a good thing for them, like the goal of this Phoenician riders to hit for the charity. We don't see them always in the KMT, or you see them in the roads. and they are on certain groups or maybe certain gathering and duaniyas. They did something for the society. Sometimes you will see like vintage cars participate in the different events in Kuwait, even the new cars. Now the bikes are already participating.
Yeah.
It is new, like you usually see the cars, but for the bikes, it's certainly new, and they are engaging with them. They have like a test drive, and they are holding them in their bikes, and they just to talk. I share with them about the history and the category of the bike itself. Like you see, this is the number of the horsepower, this is the engine, how to do this, how to do that, how to clean it, how to feel it.
Yeah.
They just want them to sit in the bike to take some pictures when they're engaging with their families also, just to make sure like we are very close to you, because you know this kind of events makes people like connection too much bond deep between the people, so you will understand them more.
Yes.
So the riders will feel the kids and kids enjoying the time.
Yes, it's more a kind of engagement, and having the Phoenician riders and their annual charity ride where it was meaningful for the kids, where they have visited the Beit Abdullah Center, and as well they had a new kind of experience, the children themselves, where they enjoyed interacting with the bikers, of course.
So it's like a humanitarian, it's very noble from them for sure. After they saw these certain events, they will continue about different occasions they will do for charity. And instead for Beit Abdullah Center, they will go for different events, especially we're still in the holy month of Ramadan, and especially in the winter and spring weather. For sure they have a different events as well. And also we'd like to thank the administration of Beit Abdullah Center to think about this kind of events. Sometimes you will see too many different centers, they do education events.
Yes.
Exhibitions, art exhibitions, workshops, events, conferences, but to do something for the riders, it's new.
Yes, of course. And with that, the annual charity ride, which was organized by the Phoenician riders, it took on a special significance as they have visited Beit Abdullah Center, and it created a different kind of atmosphere where we have seen joy and happiness for the children, of course, Abdulaziz.
And also, let's talk about something else. So this collaboration, it gives like a motivation for different like communities, for maybe for the cars, for the vintage cars, for the other bikes and motorcycles and different categories of the motorsport to participate in these events, because usually people when they go there they go to the KMT and their events just to see the competitions. But to be in this kind of society in the future, they have like too much engagement and courage for they are sending the message for different communities just to participate in these occasions, for different hospitals, medical, education, and even more, because people need to educate more about this kind of community, the drivers and the motorcycle and the horsepower community, because sometimes people, they are not engaging too much with them. But to participate with different categories, it's a good opportunity in the future to raise awareness for this kind of people, just to show the communities that they are one of them.
Of course, as you have mentioned, Abdulaziz, having such an event or having such an annual charity like that to happen more in different communities and so on, I think is much needed. And also to see the kind of happiness on the people, whether it was in Beit Abdullah Center, children, or in any kind of place where we need such a charity events or any kind of activity for the children, of course.
And also let's talk about, for sure, the riders, they have young participants or young members. Imagine maybe they are 20 years old and above. These people, when they participate in this kind of category, we're building something for this kind of young people, especially the people in the horsepower and the motorcycle community, and especially when they are young, they're just focusing about themselves, about the horsepower. But when they are participate in this kind of events and they see young children, there's happiness and they're hugging them and maybe they are holding them, they are talking to them, and just to show them, for sure they will build something in both ways, for the children and for the young bikers. In the future, they will teach another generation like to do the same.
Of course.
Because it's not only about social media, it's about horsepower, how to compete, always to be in the competitions. You always have to think about the audience as well, because the audience, maybe every category we're gonna see them in the TVs, in the medias, and maybe in also in the competition as well.
Of course, and having with a humanitarian effort with the kids themselves, with Beit Abdullah for the Children's Center. Of course, having that kind where they brought the joy and the sense of happiness and new adventure. Of course, I think the kids might not ever experience that kind of experience where they have experienced it with the Phoenician bikers, and I'm sure it's a memorable moment.
And also, I'd like to thank the head of the board of directors, Tala Dabous, and other people who's working in the community. They are always all in the medical sector. So when they are thought in this kind of event just to collaborate for the kids, it's a very huge, would like to thank them about their initiative also, because they are collaborating with the riders. So it's a good thing, though the person who established this idea and on behalf of us, we have to greet him.
Of course.
Because we are encouraging for different events in the future to do for these children, because we want these children to be more happy. Not all of them, maybe some of them they like science, technology, art, but some of them for sure they like mechanics and horsepower.
Of course, and Aziz, we always want to see that kind of happiness and joy on the children themselves. And with that, dear viewers, that was our first topic. We're going to head into our report and we'll be back.
Hello everyone tuning in, my name is Nasser Burshed, and today I'm at a very special art event, and it is an event that has to do with slow learners, with their special arts, and with the attendance of very important personnel. So come along with me and let's see what's happening.
Under the esteemed patronage of the Minister of Education and Minister of Higher Education and Scientific Research, Dr. Adil Mohammed Al-Adwani, and with the generous support of the Kuwait Humanitarian and Friendship Society, an inspiring event unfolded at the Art Department in Al-Asma district. The occasion was the Ihna Gedha Art Exhibition, a platform designed to celebrate the talents and creativity of slow learner students through the medium of art. The primary objective of the exhibition was to provide a spotlight for slow learners, showcasing their unique skills and artistic prowess. By actively involving them in art creation, particularly through drawing and painting, the event sought to break down barriers and challenge stereotypes associated with learning disabilities. It aimed to demonstrate that every individual, regardless of their learning pace, possesses invaluable talents that deserve recognition and appreciation.
We are here in Avenues Mall, participate Ihna Gedha event. As you can see behind me, there is a lot of drawing, a lot of painting for slow learners, students, and you can see they are very creative and very good artists.
Since I was a child, I was born with a gift of knowing cars in my head. Slowly, I started collecting matchbox cars, the small ones. And then I changed my mind. Why don't I get bigger cars? So I got like bigger cars like this. I have like 150 to 200 kids, almost 200 cars in my collection. But not all displayed. Mostly some of them displayed. Out of these cars were the boxes, and they're not displayed yet. I have other cars at home displayed.
Why do you love them? Is it because of the design? Do you like new cars or old cars?
When it comes to Mercedes, I like more the classic, the old, from 60s to 89 to 90. I like the 300 SE or SEL. I own a 300 SE. It's a single head engine. The 8-cylinder, it comes a car like my car. 8-cylinder, it comes 2 heads. My car is 1 head. 2 heads, it's not easy to repair. It takes more time to repair. And now to own a Mercedes in Kuwait is not easy anymore. If you own a classic Mercedes in Kuwait right now, not easy anymore to get parts.
Schools from across Kuwait enthusiastically participated in the exhibition, contributing to a diverse and vibrant display of artwork. Each piece served as a testament to the dedication and effort of both the students and their educators in nurturing creative expression and fostering a supportive learning environment. Beyond the art itself, the Ihna Gedha art exhibition served as a beacon of inclusivity and empowerment, highlighting the importance of providing equal opportunities for all students to thrive and showcase their abilities. It underscored the transformative power of art as a means of communication and self-expression, transcending academic performance metrics to celebrate the richness of individual experiences and perspectives. As visitors explored the exhibits, they were not only treated to visually captivating artworks, but also invited to witness the resilience and potential of slow learner students. The event left a lasting impression, inspiring a renewed commitment to promoting inclusivity and recognizing the inherent value of every student within the educational landscape of Kuwait.
All right, dear viewers, we've reached to the end of today's coverage. Thank you for tuning in. So back to you guys at the studio.
We are back to our show again around Kuwait. Dear viewers watching us through the KTV2, we saw a report about our next topic about, we called us like an amazing campaign in Arabic. We said إحنا قدها, we can do it. It's for the, we call slow learners and under the presence for too many entities, Sarah.
Of course, and when we're speaking about such a headline or such an event like that, of course, we're speaking where we're showing different unique skills and different artistic people who are slow learners, but they are able to show their talents and they are able to do anything. They are wanting to showing their kind of hobbies and showing their kind of thing that they may love, whether they're drawing or they're painting, of course.
So under the presence of the Minister of Education and the Minister of Higher Education and Scientific Research, it was a remarkable event. So the Minister of Education and Minister of Higher Education and the Scientific Center. So you see that like the governmental entities working together for the slow learners.
Yeah.
So yeah, for sure, like the slow learners, they have their own schools, they have their own entities, society undergoes and following the Minister of Education and Higher Education. So when they thought something for them, just to make them merge into the society and to go to the public place like in a mall and too many like people going and coming like different categories, families, bachelors and even families. So to see them, they are being there and they just saw the society just merging and talking with them, because the slow learners usually you will see them under their workshops, under their classrooms with their instructors and teachers. They do something artwork, education, science. They are very smart,
yes,
but they're way in different category. You will see too many things. It comes to science, technology, art, athletics, and even more. But now they are in the society in a spot with everybody.
Yeah.
It's a good opportunity for them.
Of course, and that was supported by the Kuwait Humanitarian and Friendship Society, the Ihna Gedha Art Exhibition, of course, where it provided a different kind of platform where to show that kind of slow learners in order to shine and show their type of different talents and skills. And sometimes, you know, we always say that some people that are slow learners, we need that kind of spotlight on them in order to show us what they are able to do.
Let me share my experience with the slow learners. I know before, and we work in media, and we have families, we have friends who are already slow learners, and I saw them. You will see maybe people, they are watching us, but they have to know more about this kind of category people. You will see maybe they look 40, 50 years old, 60 or 30, but their minds below 20 years old.
Yeah.
And when they cause for their attitude, with their communication skills, how they're talking, their hobbies, the way how they approach you, it's different. That's why they call them slow learners. So you will see them, they are very smart in a different way. So this kind of schools and this kind of categories and the places they are entering, we like to thank first of all their families, their parents, just to encouraging them to take them this kind of schools, to encouraging them. And I would like to thank also the Ministry of Education, Higher Education, to how they are containing them. They are merging them to the society, and they are working now in different categories. Some of them, they are working in the specialty, the slow learners entities there. And they are heading there, they are working there to make them active and merging in the society. So I have an experience with them. Some of them, they are very talented artists. They do sculptures, they do paint art, oil canvas. The way you are talking to them, the way how they are approaching you, you see their attitude, they are very young. But their achievement and their work, it's very uniqueness. And they are very smart. So, and they are very talented people. So we see them in the exhibition, and also the participant, also the art department of Asima district. So they did something for them just to make them supported by their own teachers.
Yeah.
Because in every governance they have their own schools for them.
Yes.
So they are chosen some of the talented artists. Even they are not talented, at least they are doing something great.
Of course.
They just like initiative to do something. They
Yeah.
just want to encourage them, just come please and participate, and your parents with them. So they have like a good open day.
That's why we say we have to spotlight on them, and having such an event where it's aimed at disseminate stereotypes surrounding learner disabilities, of course, and highlighting different talents for every individual, where you have mentioned already that every individual have different kind of talent or different kind of skills, or able to show their kind of hobbies, but we need to show for the people themselves or the family, or show them that they are able to do, of course.
They are always able. That's why we say in Kuwait, in Kuwaiti, in Arabic word, إحنا كده, we can
Yeah.
do it, because this kind of events gives them like too many motivation. First of all, we already thank their parents. I mentioned, share with everyone about the story of the slow learners, just to know about their situation. Now let's talk about the beneficial for this kind of event exhibition for the slow learners, just to show the community the misconception for the slow learners that they are always in the society.
Yeah.
Because sometimes they are afraid, maybe people don't understanding them, or maybe they are very far or isolated from the people. So they are being there, so they have their own to learn themselves, because they have brains, they can thought normally everything. So they give them like a motivation, like you are with us,
Yeah.
you can do everything, people supporting you. And people, they see the review of the people, how they say their artwork, encouraging them, they take photos with them, and
Yeah.
they're talking to them, and they do like a live, maybe drawing, sketching. So they are interacting with the parents, with the people, wearing something great, and it's happy moment for them.
Yes.
And this is how they're playing impact for the slow learners, Sarah.
Yes, of course. And also, Abdulaziz, to add more, different kind of schools from various regions of Kuwait have participated in that kind of exhibition, where it contributes a diverse and vibrant display of artwork. And in every piece, I think there was a different kind of dedication for the students themselves, and we're seeing different things, of course.
And also, let's speak now about. I spoke about the parents. I spoke about the people who are the slow learners and their families. Now let's speak more about the Ministry of Education, Higher Education. We always appreciate their vision to give the best facilities and the best facilities for all the facilities, and also to support all the services when it comes to the education.
Yeah.
For all the categories in the Kuwait, which normal people, people with determination, slow learners, too many different entities and categories, they're always with them. People suffer from the autism also. They have their own certain schools, they give them the best services and also services and facilities for them, and even providing the best teachers ever for them. And they are encouraging the people to do their own research, to discover themselves. For our normal people, they're always encouraging them to do their own research. But for this kind of categories, autism, people with determination, slow learners, they want them to discover themselves,
Yeah.
to be part of the society. Maybe they will be future scientists, maybe they will be member of the parliaments, maybe they will be something unique, maybe they will be head in the administrations. They will see them, they are working with us in different entities.
Yeah.
So we have appreciate them, the role and the vision, and also the role of the Ministry of Education, Higher Education, what they are doing for supporting for them.
Of course.
And let's talk also the talk about the people who are working in the administration for the slow learners. They are with them there in the event in the mall. We spoke about the parents, we spoke
Yeah.
about the people. Now let's speak about these people. When they are organizing this kind of events, working 24/7, being around them as a guides and welcoming the visitors, it's like a huge responsibility for them. They're taking off their busy schedule just to be there for these kind of families. we have to thank them, Sarah.
Of course, and as you have mentioned, Abdulaziz, when the visitors have visited that kind of art exhibition, and have been looking through what the slow learners are making, they were not only visually looking into the art themselves, they were looking for potential of the slow learners, of what they are able to do, and their talents, of course. And you have mentioned that we always need to thank a lot of people behind that kind of event, and we really do, because we need to spotlight on them, because they need it, because they need that kind of support, of course.
Now let's talk more about the organizers as well. Before we head to the organizers, let's talk about the visitors in the malls. You will see in the malls, you will see different categories, all the categories inside the malls, for shopping, for going restaurant, just look around, enjoying their moments. So when they are heading for this kind of events, they are learning something.
Yeah.
All of us, we are learning, because when we go there, we feel the connection and emotionals, and sometimes people feel pity for these people. But this time, maybe they are learning something, because there is some people afraid to deal with this kind of categories, and they are misconception, how they don't know how to deal with them. Maybe they are afraid, maybe have misconception, maybe they are hearing about them now, their first time seeing them. So they encouraging the visitors to interact with them, maybe to think in a good way, like they are part of us. We are not afraid, we have just to understand them. They are easy to approach, it's normal, just enjoy, talk with them. So they are also learning.
Yeah.
And they are also change the misconception, like we can deal with these people.
Yes.
Because when sometimes maybe people don't know how to deal with them, they are afraid to deal with, or just avoiding them. So it's a good opportunity for them to engage with them.
At the end of the day, we're all humans, but each one of us have a different kind of lifestyle, or different kind of mental health, and so on. Whether we're talking about slow learners and other people, the slow learners themselves need to be more, as you have mentioned, more socialized and more engaging with the people themselves, and for the people to see their achievements and to see their artwork, whether it was in a public space or in a mall, of course. And they always keep that kind of exhibition in the middle of the mall, where everyone can see and interact with them, of course.
Imagine, like most of the artists, they're always working in their spots, on their huts and their galleries and their exhibitions. So when we do like providing a solo exhibition, any exhibition, people come to them, appreciate their artwork, so they feel different. It's not easy for any artist to do like a live artwork with audience, because he have his own mood. And imagine the slow learners are the same, because they're always working in their workshops, in their galleries. Now they are publishing their works outdoors, and people, they give like a live review with the visitors. This is bad, this is good, how to change it, and they are complimenting them. So they get amused, like they are strong, they can do something, because they can do it. This is the slogan of the exhibition, right?
Yes, we can do it, of course. And the احنا قدها art exhibition served a testament of the belief that every student, regardless of learning or not, has something valuable to contribute with the society, of course.
And also that's why we're always thinking about this kind of event we are encouraging, and especially for our show around Kuwait, we are showcasing all the events happening in the state of Kuwait. So this kind of events for sure will cover it in the future. So we'd like to thank the Ministry of Higher Education and Education for their amazing work, and even the Al-Asima Department District for like have this initiative to do it, and all the entities who's working for the slow learners to participate. And also we have a message for these students to do different work, and to have like a new style, a new artwork. So for sure we'll have a visit for them, me and you will again go there, and just to supporting them, and we have a live interaction with them as well also, Sarah.
Of course, and the success of that kind of art exhibition, احنا قدها demonstrated the power of art fostering empathy, whether understanding and appreciation for the individuals and for the learning of the slow learners, of course.
And also let's talk about something else. Like imagine if I bought one of this artwork, or I take it, I put it in my home, you will see the joyful and happiness for this person. Like my work distribute now to go to the houses, people took it, so it's an encouragement. Me, I took an artwork, I put it in my home. I felt like I did something for him. When I saw his smiling, so it's like beneficial for the both ways. he's happy, he have motivation to do something. Me, I did something to make him more happy, and I put it in my home so people can see it. And I mentioned like this work from a slow learner.
Yeah.
So I am also part of the society to change the misconception for any person who is working to this artwork, Sarah.
Yes, of course. And also, Abdelaziz, the art exhibition where it served as a reminder of importance of creating inclusive spaces where everyone feels valued and supported, of course. And I think one of the things, you have mentioned an example that getting any kind of artwork or piece at home, he would feel that he achieved.
And also, dear viewer, that was our second topic for today about إحنا قدها. Now let's go to this next break. They will continue our show around Kuwait. Stay tuned.
Welcome back, dear viewers. We're going to head with our last topic, of course, for today. We're having a different segment, of course, with Sarah Al-Jaber, where she's going to be letting us know about different topics. Since we're in the holy month, we're going to get to know more about the GI discomfort and heartburn and Crohn's. And
maybe I suffer all of them now because
really?
Today I ate like futur, high calories.
Yeah.
I ate like rices, meats, kebabs, and even more. Then I ate too many sweets.
This is the problem where you mix
that's
all
why
kind
now
of
I have like a problem in my stomach. Maybe I didn't digest well.
Yeah.
So for sure I'm waiting and like not waiting. I want to see the report about Sarah Al-Jabal, how to give me like a good notification maybe in suhoor, and tomorrow I will be better.
Of course, and we're gonna get to know, dear viewers, with Sarah, of course, different tips, but with this report.
Hello everyone, I hope you're doing well. My name is Sarah, I'm a dietitian. Today I would like to talk about some tips while fasting if you have any of those GERD, which is gastroesophageal reflux disease, or you suffer from heartburn, or you have Crohn's disease, or you just normally just have a gastrointestinal or GI discomfort when you fast. So basically these tips, in order to avoid the heartburn, or even maybe if you have ulcer as well, I'll also talk about a few tips that you can do. First of all, you need to consult your physician. You need to speak with your doctor and consult him or her, just to check whether you're fit to fast or not. Especially if you have ulcer, then you have some medications and strong antibiotics maybe you're taking. Then they need to alter the doses or probably the timing. Due to the timing maybe of the antibiotic, you will not be able to fast. And actually they require that you have a really good meal before consumption in order to work and to avoid any discomfort. So please try to discuss that in advance with your doctor. Just to avoid heartburn, the normal heartburn, or the heartburn that for those who suffer from GERD, maybe you just have to delay the Ramadani dishes, which is the sambusa and the deep fried kuppa or appetizers. Then you can just delay it till after you break your fast with any simple carbs, like for example dates. So if you break your fast, you go into the main meal, and then you eat something that is deeply fried, maybe a piece or two, but please try to limit that. And it's preferably that you avoid any deep fried food. Maybe instead just use the air fryer and or any baked or use baking, for example, to bake your sambusa. That will be a better actually option in order to avoid heartburns. Also, avoid going to bed at least 2 to 3 hours after consuming your meal, because sleeping straight away after the meal will definitely trigger heartburns. Also, wearing tight clothes at any point in time is not recommended because it will definitely trigger heartburns. For those who suffer from Crohn's disease, I would advise them actually to also avoid high fat food or even caffeine, because these two types of food are not recommended, and they will cause discomfort, and maybe you'll have to avoid fasting the next couple of days. Also, consuming chili food with spices, food that's high in sugar, for example, like dessert, like milk chocolate. These kind of foods, actually, they're very, very bad to your health, especially if you suffer from ulcer, bad heartburns, reflexes. They're gonna really trigger the heartburn, and they will actually cause some discomfort throughout the whole day, maybe up to the next day. So please try to make sure that you don't consume random meals. Always plan your meals, especially if your meal is consists of food that is poor in quality, the trigger kinds of foods that can cause discomfort, the quantity, if it's a major quantity as well, this also would actually lead to discomfort. So basically, if it's too random, it's not planned in advance, it may lead to discomfort. Also, make sure you divide your meals into small quantities from the minute you break your fast until imsak time. So if you break it into smaller meals, actually it will help you more with digestion. It will help, your digestion to work better, and it will eliminate any troubles that you may face. I hope you stay well. See you again.
I would like to thank our colleague Sarah Al-Jaber for pointing more about the important topics, how to maintain a good health, especially after the people like me who ate too much in futur and even between the futur and before suhoor, because sometimes during the holy month of Ramadan people cannot control their calories, or maybe they are a little bit tired, or maybe because in the holy month of Ramadan the distribution of the meals are unique.
We always see that kind of meal on the table, and we want to eat everything all in at one time. And sometimes I always see that some people would eat into two timings, like they would start at the beginning and then they would wait for 10 minutes and then continue. I would be like, why are you waiting for that time? We need to have that kind of balanced diet where we're able to digest and to eat more.
You see my face already?
Easily. Yeah, I can
I
tell.
ate club sandwich, brownies together with rice, with sliders,
Wow.
all together. So I just go with the heavy meal, no soup, no salads. That's why you felt like maybe a little bit dizzy today.
Yeah.
And even extra sugar. Then I drink green tea.
And green tea. After eating and
All
having
the
all
green
these kind of meals, ending it up with a green tea where you think that you are able to, let's say, digest all the kind of food that you have ate. But I guess, of course, Abdulaziz, our dear viewers have had that kind of tips of learning of what our colleague Sarah Jaber have given us.
So after the tips she already mentioned, so you mentioned something important, the most important thing, you have to drink at least 1.5 liters of water and this kind of things, because during after iftar time you have always to stay hydrated.
In a separated time, please.
Yeah, separated time.
Because always people do that for the last minute. They would drink the 1 liter, 1.5 liters for the last hour.
And also they have to be cautious to how to maintain your food, to distribute your meal times. Like you have to distribute the 3 meals, like breakfast, lunch and dinner, during the specific time and the before suhoor time.
Of course.
And you have to count what you are eating. You have to know. You have to write sometimes. You have to count what the thing of the food you should eat, you didn't eat.
I think she gave you a lot of tips, Aziz,
yeah,
right?
Sure. I will keep it always in my mind.
Yes, of course. And I think with that, of course, Abdulaziz, we have reached into an end. So let's conclude what we have spoken about today in our episode.
So first of all, the Phoenician Riders Annual Charity, they have collaborated with Beit Abdullah Center to do like certain events for the kids. It's like a memorial things. For sure, they will not forget.
Of course. And with that, that kind of event where we're able to see that kind of joy and happiness on the kids themselves. And we always say that the kids, when they have such an event or such an activity, that they are always memorable and unable to forget. It's always that kind of moment that would be stuck in their head, of course.
And in addition, I spoke about the art exhibition which happened in one of the certain malls in Kuwait for the slow learners about under the slogan "إحنا قدها, we can do it." It's a good opportunity for both ways, like to merge the slow learners to the society, Sarah.
Of course, and in that kind of exhibition also we have seen the slow learner students where they are able to show their talents. We're able to see their joy and happiness where the people are, or visitors are visiting out there and seeing their art piece and artwork, and we're seeing their achievements, of course.
And this is like the important thing to make our kids merging with the society. Would like to thank also the Ministry of Education and Higher Education and also Al Asama district for their huge efforts to do this kind of events, especially and they choose like a good times in the malls, people, the visitor, the demand is high, to encourage the slow learners to be merged with the society and to remove the misconception for the people how to approach the slow learners, and to make the slow learners like they are very understandable and they are always part of the society.
Indeed, of course. And our last headline, of course, was with our colleague Sarah Al-Jaber, where she gave us nutrition advices and tips. And I hope you were one of them that have learned
I have to be aware too much about this kind of situation.
Yes,
I have to know about the food, because it's still like, some people have to maintain their meals, especially me, because I'm craving a lot. So especially like during the social medias, and you hear like too many good meals distributed, especially in the breakfast time and iftar time. So I would like to thank Sarah Al-Jaber just to give like a sport and a very important topic, how to maintain ourselves well. So I guess that was our episode for today.
Of course, Abdulaziz, we have reached to an end of our episode. Hope everyone have enjoyed, and thank you for everyone that enjoyed Around Kuwait. Hope to see you soon with a new episode, of course, and different inspiring stories. See you soon.
See you. Bye-bye.